Welcome to Courageous Leadership with Virginia Prodan, training you to lead with courage.
Hello everyone. I'm so glad you are here. We are so happy to have you every Wednesday and Saturday at 10 o'clock Central Time. We love the fact that you are interested in developing the skill and to become a courageous leader in your area. I love to encourage you through my own life and how I became a courageous leader even under horrifying circumstances in socialist Romania, how I developed that here in America, unknown language, unknown country to me. But in the same time, I love, and the Courageous Leadership with Virginia Prodan loves to bring courageous leaders that will share their journey with us. So today, one of these courageous leaders is Michele Swinick. She calls herself the Queen of Quality, Content, and Collaboration, which is a purpose-driven entrepreneur, story sharer, passionate networker, and host of Everything Home Talk radio show. Michele, thank you so very much for taking the time and coming here. Would you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Well, I think you did a fabulous job of introducing me, my dear Miss Virginia Prodan. So thank you for having me on your show. And I apologize to the audience because there looks like there's a little bit of a delay. But you know what? It's amazing. And I'll share this with you guys, and then we'll jump into the show. You can pay literally for the highest level of technology that's available through your internet service, and you still get this, right? So it doesn't matter, Virginia. I honestly think it's because the powers that be, they don't want information that you share on your show out there. I know they don't want information that I share on my show because, God forbid, it's like the truth, right? They don't want you to have the secrets to success. They don't want you to know how to become independent, successful, wealthy, and how to empower others. So they're keeping us down, Virginia. And I think you actually came from a country that was doing that to you, which is why you came here. And then all of a sudden you get here and you go, wait, damn, they're doing it here too. What's going on? I didn't sign up for this. I'm going to go back to where it came from. You guys might want to read my book. Does anybody out there anybody in an elected elite position want to read my book? Because it's happening here in the good old USA. There you go, saving my assassin. There's a lot of assassins, and most of them hold political office. And it doesn't mean just federal. It doesn't mean just state. I'm talking about those school boards, right? I'm talking about local stuff. So thank you so much for having me on your show. And again, I apologize for a little bit of this delay, but I can't fix it. I can only keep sharing, and whoever Sharon is, I don't know who this. Did you know who Sharon is? Virginia Prodan. Did you know this lady Sharon?
Yes,
she's become a good friend. She's become a good friend. This lady Sharon. So how are you?
I think that you are right about the fact that there are some people that don't want to talk about the truth. They want to share lies, and not only sharing lies, but they want to force us to adopt their truth. But you know what? We have the power to speak up the truth, and we have the skill to perform those truths and share the truth with others. Tell our audience how and when your desire to be a purpose-driven entrepreneur, a story sharer started.
I think I came out of the womb like that. I really do, because I've always done things that were in the benefit of trying to help others, even when I was young. I was always an entrepreneur. I mean, my lemonade stand was not a lemonade stand. I was selling anything in the house that I can get my hands on that anybody in the neighborhood would be dumb enough to buy. And I said, we can't just have lemonade. I got to have iced tea. Well, no, forget, I had no overhead because I was just taking the lemonade and the iced tea from my parents' pantry, right? And then, of course, I said, you know what? Lemonade, iced tea, that's great. But when people are coming home from work, how about some coffee? So I had a little operation, right? So it starts when you're young, and it comes from your foundation of where you grew up, right? I was just fortunate enough to have amazing parents that had amazing foundation that they instilled in me and my brothers. So yes, that's where it started. But then you become an adult, and then you have to actually, you get in the real world, and you go, "Whoa, this place is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy." And it's kind of evolved since then in multiple different careers that I had over time. But really, as I looked back and I was trying to write a bio, and the reason why you write bios is you almost kind of like do like an inner deep dive, is figuring out who am I, what am I doing, and why am I here? Am I right? So you reflect back, and I was just doing multiple drafts. I'm like, what is it? And there was this common theme that came up in all the different job descriptions that I had, or jobs or companies that I had back in the day. Had quite a few companies before everything imploded way back in 2008. And it was always about being passion driven, right? And having a reason to do what you're doing other than just making money. And it always revolved around collaborating with other people and being a cheerleader for other people. In addition to, yourself, you got to do that too. But I always ended up helping people and wanted to get other people to be friends and work together. And that's where this, the collaboration, which is really my big push now, because that's what I figured what it is that I'm trying to do here with my talk radio show, podcast, and patriotic purpose-driven resource platform. Yes, it's a mouthful, but then so is the show, and so am I, right? So it's perfect. It's a perfect match for everybody. But basically what the show is all about, which is what the platform is. The platform is a website, okay? It's nothing fancy, right? And I keep it in kindergarten mode, right? Because it's a working warehouse. And basically it is literally the ultimate resource center. And it's one location for all the information. So when people come on the show, I showcase them on the show. And these are small business owners, entrepreneurs, purpose-driven people, community leaders, influencers, famous people, nonprofit organizations, certain politicians and candidates, but there's a criteria for that, because I have no use for the elected elite, because they don't do anything. Because if it was you and me, Virginia Prodan, and we had a budget of $5 billion, and we had a full-on staff, and we only had to work part-time, which most of them do, and we had $180,000 a year income, I have a feeling that you and I can get more done in 1 week than they do in their entire term. But that's a whole nother show. But what I'm saying is, I'm bringing all these people on the show because I want to bring together like-minded people, and I want to get people quality information, quality content, right? That's why I say I'm the queen of quality content and collaboration, because and put it all in one spot. So that's why you know where to go, you know where to find it. And it's not only my episodes with these people, it's their own shows. Like if they have their own show, like we're going to have you on our must listen to page. So you know where to go, right? Because you can't Google anymore, because you can't find stuff, right? Things are being hidden, they're being censored. And just because you posted it on social media doesn't mean someone's ever going to find it. You're going to get shadow banned. I got 5,000 friends, 20 people see my post. Why am I bothering? Right? What's the point? Right? I got kicked off a link tree. Because they didn't like the fact that I have a resource center and like truthful tabs. But the information was on there for a year. And then all of a sudden in June, it was the flavor of the month. They didn't like something that was on there for a year. And all of a sudden, boom, you got kicked off. This is so stupid. Right? So there's only certain things we can control. So what I figured is stick them all in one place so that everybody can find each other. And then you can get the information. There's live events on there. There's virtual events on there. There are must-watch videos. There are resources. Like if you want to contact some of these elected elites, you don't like the fact that they're trying to run your life, trying to run your business, trying to tell you can't go to church. We're going to shut that down, right? Didn't that happen over the past 18 months? Bad news bears. Well, we let it happen. Okay, first problem there. We did it. We said, yeah, I'll put the mask on because it's awesome. I'll go ahead and shut my business down because that's a really great idea. And no, don't worry about it. We'll keep the big box store open. We'll keep the liquor store open. We'll keep the casino open, but we better shut that church and you better not sing. Okay. Stupidest thing. Okay. So we bought into it. But no more. I mean, most people are past that point, but then we still got a lot of problems with, the next phase of this. Right. But I don't want to dwell on that too much. I want to be a little bit more encouraging to people, to be honest.
let me just interrupt you here, because you said several things that I believe are so important for our audience. First of all, you said that from a younger age you discover some skills and talents and passions in you. Your parents had a big role in your life, and that's exactly what right now parents have to do with their children. They have to have a bigger role in the life of their children than before. We many parents with good reasons allowed school or church to take care of their children's life, or babysitter, and provide for them. But we see what's going on right now, so it's a wake up call when parents are involved, and when they have a positive influence, the next generation is the one who will stand up for the truth and will do amazing things. Another thing that you said that I believe it's important for everyone is, from a younger age, you develop a skill to see the need and come up with solutions for the need. You are doing right now, but you have done it when you were small and your parents encourage you. You're also talking about inventing. The companies are doing something, to stop you, to eliminate you from the marketplace, and so forth. Find other ways and everything. And those are the qualities of the capitalist, the qualities of an entrepreneur in America, that will come up with solutions with everything. We all know and understand that things are not the way we want, but we just can't be victims. We just can't be just sitting down and complaining about. We have, like you said, to look around and see what's a need, come up with the solution, what kind of innovation you can apply in order to make your voice known. And that is so important. And I want to thank you so much for sharing that. And I hope our audience will take that into consideration when you think, or you start to complain about something. Think about the need and think about what you can provide, a solution, an innovation, and something. Michele, if someone, a young mother, will be home or be at work, she might say, "Well, I don't have what Michele has, or what Virginia has. I don't know where to start," or so forth. How would you encourage them?
Well, you got to start somewhere, right? So at least the first step is saying, I want to start. Okay. So that's great. Awesome. They've said, I want to start. Well, not to toot my own horn, listen to one of my shows. And the reason why I'm saying that is not because it's my show. And I'm not saying it because I'm here. Well, I'm here to obviously share my information, but you're going to get content unlike thrown at you at a fast pace, but diverse topics, right? So you're going to get somebody who might be I can't even think. I'm gonna I'll give you an example. And I should have pulled your most recent one, and I didn't. I don't know where sometimes my brain, because there's so much going around in it, it gets a little scramble eggy by the end of the day. So I should have grabbed when you were most on, and you've been on a whole bunch of times. So I want to thank you for always coming on, providing incredible information, and you allow me to be able to say Virginia Prodan, right? Because that's what I always say. It's Virginia Prodan, my next guest. So the last one, these are the 7 guests that come on the show during the 2-hour period. So you want to talk about diversity. Okay. This is real diversity, not diversity, inclusion, and equity, or whatever it is, the third thing that they've been pushing for a while. This is real diversity. You got somebody who's talking about freedom cell networks, where peer-to-peer networking, right? Which is what you were just talking about. You got to find alternative forms because the way that we were doing certain things we're not welcome anymore. Okay. I get it. You don't want to be part of your club. Facebook. You don't want me to be part of your new metaverse. I don't want to be part of your metaverse. I don't want to be part of your transhumanism. And most people don't want to be either. So, okay, I get it. So I got to find other ways. And then we were talking about branding, business marketing and branding. And then we're talking to the juice lady who was talking about detox and COVID and getting yourself healthy and relying on your God-given immune system rather than a non-vaccine bioweapon that has no business being in your body. It's a bioweapon or in your children's body, which I don't even want to go down that road about child abuse. And then we had another one that was talking about how to overcome traumatic experiences through helping veterans and survivors of these traumatic experiences. And then we had a holistic personal trainer where she was actually giving tips, which was fascinating to me, about chakras, right? Because we were going, okay, I'm like, and I ask kindergarten questions on my show for a reason. On purpose, because a lot of the times, some of this, I have no idea, like in detail about certain these things. And I know a lot of people in the audience, maybe not understanding all of that. And they're like, well, I don't really want to ask. And I'll ask. I'll be the one that says it. So I asked the kindergarten question, especially for somebody who's like you just mentioned, well, where do I start? Well, let me ask the question that I know you want to ask, but you won't necessarily call in because you're like, I kind of feel like, what if I ask that question? They think I'm stupid or they think I should know that. I said, I don't know. I said, you said root chakra. I said, root, what is that? And she was talking about squatting, but it was about decision making, and it was fascinating. So again, start there, and then look at other episodes. And the reason why I want people to do that is because of the diverse amount of information. Because you come in for one thing and then all of a sudden you're like, I never even thought about that, or but boy, that's fascinating. But yes, you're trying to do things for yourself, right? Because like you said, where do I start? But not necessarily it's always about you, right? What if you actually decided, and this goes back to helping other people, right? What if you actually decided to be part of your civic duty, your civil duty, your humanitarian duty, to know a little bit about other things that might not apply to your current life? But what happens if you learn some information on this show or one of my shows or any show that you can actually help somebody else with? So you say, you know what? This segment doesn't apply to me, but it applies to my sister, or it applies to my employee, or my friend really could use this as a resource, or maybe they need a little help with this. And now you just help somebody, right? So that's what I'm saying is that is a whole different way. My whole thing, I had this amazing shift, and I attribute to a lot of things that happen in my own personal world, right, is because of the people like you and others that come on my show, right? I have 5 guests, 7-minute segments for the first hour, the most powerful hour in all podcasting. It was so powerful, we had to add another hour. So the second hour is Michelle's Patriotic Soapbox, longer form interviews, usually 2 guests, right? So you get 7 guests in diverse, real diversity, right? None of this junk that they're pushing that you hear all these people, diversity and inclusion kind of stuff. That sounds very trans to me, right? So so you're getting all this information at you, right? You might come for the sizzle, but you stay for the steak because you're like, wow, this is damn good. And it's entertaining. And I'm throwing out stuff in between and I'm getting it fast. It's fast moving, right? So most of the time when people listen to shows, they actually have to fast forward, or they put it on like a 2-speed or a 3-speed. Mine, you actually have to go to negative because you're like, well, I missed that. I got to slow it down. But I do that because I want to jam pack as much information in there. Because like I said, if I got your attention, because we know that the attention span of a human being is like 8 to 9 seconds, like a goldfish, then I better throw a bunch of stuff in there, and I better make it worth your while, because then maybe you'll stick around and maybe you'll learn something. Maybe it's something for you, but maybe more so for somebody else that you know. So I think we're at a point.
This is so absolutely right. You describe your show in such an amazing way. But before we finish, let me ask you.
I gotta go home.
Where my audience and others that will listen and watching, where they can find you? Tell them.
You want me to give my website, perhaps, for my website?
Yes.
Right, so what I want people to do is go to everythinghomeaboutus.com. Everythinghomeaboutus.com. Now that is a website through Launch Links. Now Launch Links is like Linktree. So basically you can put multiple domain names, multiple websites, multiple website pages, whatever you want in one location. So that way you can give one website address And it's basically a call to action. I encourage every business owner or every person to do that. Have one, because then you can go on there. So if you want to find the most recent show, it's there. If you want to look at any specific pages that I think are the ones that are most popular on the website, it'll be listed. If you want to, join our Clubhouse group, which is our room and our club, which is very popular. I just got off of the air doing a segment, and you want to talk about, because it's called Collaboration Consortium. So I wanted to take the extension of the show into this new platform called Clubhouse. So if anybody has not tried Clubhouse, it's Trip. It's a great way to network, a great way to listen to people's great conversations, learn information, follow people, get in these clubs. You can just spend an hour a day in there. It'll be worth it for your business or for your personal life, or even for your community. Remember, it's all about taking action, BLC, business, life, and community, which is what our show's all about, on how to grow your business, enhance the quality of your life, and make a difference, especially in your communities. So, and it's all about taking action. So go and check that out. You'll see. So I encourage anyone, jump in, because what happens when you come in my world and you come into my community and my show, I'm there to showcase you. So you get more out of this than me. Not only are you learning, but you get to go ahead and tell everybody what you do, why you do it, and you get to meet other great people, because I want to bring everybody in one spot, right? One spot. I want to like-minded people working together, sharing information, doing business, doing strategic alliances and partnerships, and buying and selling each other's products and services. Because, if you're like me, you're going to get limited somewhere, right? So I'm just trying to get everybody in one spot. So you know where to go, where to get the messages that matter from the people that you need to know about. And I encourage you to go check us out on Clubhouse and join us. I'm going live. I'm doing it every day, because you know what I said, Virginia? What else do I have to do all day? What else do I have to do all day? I'm working all day, right? But if I'm playing on my computer, or I'm updating the website, am I really doing what I'm supposed to be doing? No. And my shows take so much to produce that I was doing it 3 days a week. It got to be too much. And then I was doing it 2 days a week. And then I said, okay, Michelle, for the end of the year, cut it down to 1 day. So now we're live Mondays, 12 p.m. Mountain Time. 12 p.m. Mountain Time. If you go to that website, everythinghomeaboutus.com, you will see the links to join us live, because we're streaming live on any of the social media platforms that allow us. Facebook doesn't. They hate me. Mark is, he must be afraid. He must be one of those boys that got beat up by a girl when he was young. So then he hates certain girls. So that's why he probably hates me. Like maybe I met him in a past life and I made fun of him, right? Because he's kind of like dorky looking, and he's not a good guy. He's a very bad man. So he's like one of those demons, right? He's a very much demon person. So he doesn't like me. So he doesn't let me play in his sandbox. So anyway, go to everythinghomeaboutus.com. And then I want you to become a part of our community.
We hope people will go there and will listen and will be part of your community. We want to thank you so very much for coming here, Michelle. We're going to invite you again, because you have so much to offer. So until next time, we just want to say thank you for coming and sharing with us what you're doing and how you help people.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I welcome everyone that's listening and watching to come into our world. Jump on the show. Come into the Clubhouse room. Tell me what you do for a living. Be part of our family. Let's grow it. Let's grow it together. Okay. Woohoo, what a novel concept.
Wonderful. Yeah. Okay.
If you want to know more about Virginia Prodan, her coaching program, buy her book, Saving My Assassin, or invite Virginia to speak at your events, visit virginiaprodanbooks.com.